He's celibate. He's celibate. Child, that daggone Alexis, she don't know what kind of information she's supposed to keep to herself. Like, you know, when you having an intimate conversation with your husband on the dance floor of y'all first dance at y'all wedding, maybe you shouldn't be yelling to the crowd. Maybe you just shouldn't be yelling to the crowd that he's celibate. But child, we're going to get into it because we got some things to get into. Okay, so Married at First Sight, season 15, episode 2. It is Sasha and Nate's wedding day, okay? Sasha is getting ready. She has her beautiful mom with her sister. I mean, all the ladies in her family are beautiful. Her mother is absolutely beautiful with the gray hair. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Of course, in true Sasha form, she's talking about how she put herself through school. Okay. And now she's ready to let the experts, you know, find her husband. This is another form of control, but saying she's not having control because you're literally saying, now I'm setting myself up to get married. I'm just like, Sasha got to learn how to like let things flow. But I guess when you spend that much time focusing on your career, you don't have enough time to focus on dating. So now she let the experts go ahead and find her a husband. Okay. Now y'all, we got Nate over there, and I will say that Nate's braids are laid. Okay. Them things that's going all the way to the back, laid out. Now I thought he had cut his hair for a second. I'm like, y'all, he cut his hair. Y'all was like, nah, it's braided back. And I was like, you can't even tell. Y'all know when you get the braids going to the back, you can see a little bit of it. No, not him. Them things look like he had a straight cut. I like it better like that. I feel like maybe he need to just cut it off or let it be a little curly. I don't know. But I'm over, you know, the grown man with the braids. That's just my preference. Just my preference. Don't y'all come attacking me, okay? Now, Sasha's mother is absolutely beautiful, okay? Her mother is really, really nervous because she feels as though her daughter is very particular, especially when it comes to men. So she's hoping that she gives this guy a chance, okay? Because she already got standards. She already know what she want. And hopefully if Nate, and hopefully Nate checks off those boxes, because if not, then it's going to be like, Sasha ain't going to want him, okay? Sasha's telling her mother that she needs to know, his expectations with her from the very beginning. And hopefully that his expectations does not involve her changing. And I was like, Sasha, see, girl, this is what I mean. This is what I mean by control. You have to compromise in a marriage. She says she understands that, but hopefully it doesn't involve her changing too much. But this is what happens when y'all start to get these older people on Married at First Sight. I keep trying to tell you, you cannot teach old dog new tricks, okay? Which is why it makes a lot of sense as to why they pick younger people, because the younger people are more willing to compromise and make some changes because they're not set in their ways, unlike people who are up in their late 30s, early 40s, okay? Nate's over there talking to his barber, and his barber is lining him on up, okay? He's talking about how he used to sell fake designer purses and stuff like that, and now he done turned his life around, and he done basically grew up, and he's just ready to be married and get stable. And I was like, okay, Nate, the hustler and Nate came out. I think that this might be a good thing for Sasha, because y'all remember Sasha said she want a thug. She's trying to get her fantasy with a thug, okay? So I feel like that little bit of edge to him is going to excite her. It's going to give her like, ooh, he used to do bad things. He used to like sell fake designer stuff. It's giving a little bit of edge for her, okay? It's the hustle in him. I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler, okay? He's telling his barber that he hopes that she understands some of his habits and a little bit of his insecurities. And I'm like, I hope so, but you got Sasha, Nate. You got Sasha, and I don't really know how that's going to translate between the two of you, okay? When we see Sasha in her dress with her makeup, I mean the waves and the hair, the little clip, the makeup, she looks absolutely beautiful, okay? But so her and Nate exchanged gifts, and they basically sent each other the same thing, okay? She sent him a Polaroid cameras and stuff like that, and he basically sent her a camera and stuff like that. And I was like, y'all sure that y'all didn't send them gifts for them Married at First Sight? But I'm going to let them live. I'm going to let them live. According to them, they was thinking alike. They was thinking alike, okay? We get to see her ring that he sent over to her. Because, you know, your engagement ring is a ring that that your husband gives you before you actually get married. So that makes sense. And then they have the bands that they exchange at the actual wedding. So I really love the idea of them having real rings and not just a band. You know what I mean? It really shows like, you know, the engagement, marriage process. You get what I'm saying? Y'all get what I'm saying, okay? Her and her mother have a nice intimate moment, and she's telling her like, you got this, you did all these things for yourself, you finally are about to have your husband. They have this nice talk, and I love to see the moms and the daughters, you know, bond, because we saw the same thing with Alexis and her mom. They had this nice cute bonding moment, and I'm just like, oh, I love it. I feel like they never really give us that when it comes to like the parents and the children. Sometimes they have like these little moments with their fathers and stuff like that, but I really love seeing the nice intimate moments between the mothers and the daughters, okay? So now Sasha is deciding that she's about to freak out because it is hitting her, okay? She's over there like, woo, what am I doing? Woo, what am I doing? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God. And I'm like, I would be freaking out too. Because like, you're marrying a stranger. Like, you don't know nothing about this person. You don't know how they look. You don't know how they act. You know nothing. Normally, people freak out when they're marrying people that they do know. So imagine marrying someone you don't know. Yes, the freak out is bound to happen, okay? When she walks out, Nate is like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. We're going to be fine. That's what I'm talking about. I'm like, Nate, chill, son, chill. Okay, we get it. You think she's pretty. Okay. He got what he wanted, all right? He is very excited. She looks at him and he looks at her, and he's like, you're beautiful. And she's like, oh my God, you're handsome. So they're at the altar, and they finally see each other, and it's a big sigh of relief because honestly, y'all, when you get to the altar and you see somebody that you're attracted to, it just makes everything a lot better. Because even though you don't know who they are, like personally, you know that you can look at them, okay? You know that you might want to hump on them, and you know that you might be a little bit more willing to compromise if you're liking what you're seeing. You know what I mean? Okay? Her family and friends write a speech that they want him to know about her, and it's basically a resume. She did this, she got this, she went to school here, she accomplished this. And I'm like, what does that have to do about her? What does that have to say about her personality? Like, the only thing that we can pull up about Sasha is her career-driven, go-getter attitude. What about, is she sweet? Is she tender? Is she loving? Is she nurturing? Is she, like, what about those characteristics that they was not trying to give us about her, okay? Nate's family want us to know that he is a freak in the sheets. I said, not a freak in the sheets. And why y'all out here telling his business like that? I feel like these people don't know how to keep things to themselves. Certain things we just don't need to be saying in a daggone wedding, okay? It brings me back to Alexis' family, who was saying that she likes to make molds of vaginas. It's like, come on now. Some things don't need to be said on the wedding floor during the ceremony. Okay, y'all can leave that for the conversations that y'all have personally outside of this, because now everybody know that he's a freak in the sheets. Everybody know that Alexis like to make vagina sculptures. Like, child, y'all just be out here doing too much. Married at first sight, I see what y'all up to. Because I'm sure y'all was like, make sure you add a little spicy stuff in there, a little bit spicy stuff, okay? Because that's what they be doing. They exchange their vows, and the vows were cute, but there wasn't anything that stood out to me in those vows that made me want to go, oh yes, I love it. They were typical to me, okay? So they exchanged rings and they actually kissed. I will say that they look good together, but I'm saying they look good together, but why wouldn't they look good together? Because they kind of just look exactly alike. And I mean, if he's cute and she's cute and they look like twins, of course they're gonna look good together. It's like good together weird. You know what I mean? It's like good together weird. Alexis and Justin seem to have some chemistry, y'all, okay? She says he's amazing thus far and it was worth the wait. I was like, okay, Alexis, okay. He is all over her, okay? While they're trying to take their little pictures or whatnot, he's all like whispering in her ear, like trying to like nibble on her neck and all types of stuff. And I was like, it's cute. It's really cute. Look, let me tell you something. If Alexis is not attracted to Justin, baby, give her an Oscar. Give her an Oscar, because she is putting on a show for days and days and days, okay? And I will say that the reception decor is absolutely beautiful. Lifetime, y'all really stepped it up this season so far when it comes to the dresses, when it comes to the suits, when it comes to the rings, and now the receptions look absolutely beautiful. I feel like y'all finally, it took y'all 15 seasons to get enough money to give these people something to look at. Because I was like, oh my God, it's beautiful. Oh my God, even the bouquets that the ladies had, it was so nice. So shout out to Lifetime for finally upping the budget a little bit on some of the things that some people may say is not important, but it's a day that you're going to remember for the rest of your life. So at least let it be beautiful. You know what I mean? At least let it be beautiful. So now Sasha and Nate finally sit down and they start to talk, okay? Nate tells us that she's tall, thin, and she has a lot of hair, and he is loving it. She has straight teeth. She is what he wanted. I said, okay, Nate, you got what you wanted, okay? You got a nice, tall, thin, straight teeth, pretty woman with nice hair. Don't go mess it up. But he did say because she's all of that, it really makes him want to step up and be a good husband. And I said, if that's what it do, baby, then do what it do, okay? Do what it do. When they're sitting down talking, they talking about what they do. He explains his job. She explains her job. They start to get to know each other a little bit more, and it really comes down to the fact that she's nuts, okay? He said it, not me. Nate said it. Nate said Sasha's nuts, okay? Because Sasha said that she's very, very clean. I mean, uncomfortably clean to the point where her house is not really like, lived in. It's just for show. He's like, yeah, you're nuts. I told y'all she got crazy behind the eyes, okay? Don't let the pretty face fool you. You gotta look behind the eyes. It's giving crazy. Yep, it's giving crazy. When Nate and Sasha go to take their pictures, okay, he grabs her waist and he says, oh my God, your waist is so small. I love that. And I'm just really, really hoping that he's not so superficial about weight, because y'all know as women, and I'm not going to say she's going to gain a ton of weight, but God forbid she has some children and some of this weight stick on her and her waist don't get snatched back to that size, that he'll be able to accept her for who she is. Something about that statement just kind of made me rub me a little bit wrong. And I'm not saying she's going to let herself go, but I'm just saying after you have children, sometimes it's hard to snap back right away, okay? So I hope that he's not so infatuated with the fact that she's so thin and has a small waist that he that's like one of the things that has to stay that way in order for him to love and appreciate her properly, because we know having kids, you gain weight. Okay, I'm not saying she's gonna blow up and be big, but she's really thin now, and so gaining maybe 10 or 15 pounds may be a bit much for him. You never know. You never know with these men, child. You never know. Okay. When they're having their dance or whatever, he leads her. He's very assertive. He's like, follow me. And he takes her onto the dance floor. And he's like, holding down his ground. I say, yes, Sasha needs that from Nate, okay? And I love that he's giving it to her, okay? He's giving her a little bit of that assertive aggression that you just need to have a little bit as a man to, get one of those strong, independent women. Which I don't understand why they believe, she's a strong, independent woman. I'm like, child, I'm tired of y'all trying to be strong, independent women. I don't need no man for nothing, but yet still want to get married. Okay, I digress, okay? Alexis and Justin are having their first dance, and baby, the chemistry between them is so cute, okay? She's like this, neck all the way up, trying to see this man, okay? And he's like, looking down at her, and she was like, you want to kiss? You want to kiss? You want to kiss? And he was like, yeah. She was like, no. And then he put his little nose against her nose, and the next thing you know, if they was kissing, I was like, this is so cute. so cute. I love, and I love to see the chemistry and everything, but y'all know that it ain't gonna last long, so you gotta eat it up while you can, because child, all this stuff gonna be out the window in just one more episode, okay? So while they're dancing, they start talking, okay? Justin tells Alexis that, he's been celibate for a year and a half, and she was like, a year and a half? Like, what? She actually thinks that's a red flag. And I'm trying to figure out, why do you think that's a red flag? Would you have been happier if he said, I had sex last night, Would that have been better for you, Alexis? I don't know. But Alexis had to turn around to all her friends and family and say, he's celibate. Y'all, he is celibate. What is happening? Why would they give me someone who's celibate? And I'm trying to figure out out why is this such a bad thing. I mean, y'all, we did just come out of a pandemic. It makes sense to not have, you know, sex with random people at random times and random dates and stuff like that. So girl, relax, calm down, and just chill out a little bit. Chill out a little bit. I'm just like, Alexis, wouldn't you be upset if someone just started yelling out to the crowd that you were celibate? Girl, relax. Calm down. Even on the after party, when we watched it back, Sasha was like, you just told everybody? She was like, yeah, I just told everybody. And I'm like, girl, yeah, exactly. That's what we was all thinking, Sasha. I'm glad that you brought it to her attention that maybe she shouldn't just told everybody. But you know what? It's done, it's done, it's done, okay? So that's going to be a conversation that the friends are definitely going to want to have with Justin. So now Lindy and Miguel are out looking for their suits and their dresses. Miguel is hoping that neither one of them are just settling for each other. I said, baby, that's what all this is at Married at First Sight. You're literally just settling for whoever they give you, okay? That's literally what you're doing, okay? But if you see it as something else, then hey, it is what it is, okay? He says that, you know, he's a hopeless romantic and, you know, he really wants this thing to work. Lindy is going to walk all over him. Isn't Lindsay the one that was like, oh, I walk all over these dudes, I walk all over these dudes? Child, he's about to get walked all over, okay? He's definitely gonna love her more than she loves him, okay? So she goes and try on all these dresses, y'all, and I'm not gonna be so detailed about it, but like, who told her that it was okay to pull out them sleeves for that dress? Baby, put them sleeves back. They said she looked like an angel and they wanted to put her on top of a tree. I said, not the tree. I was not here for that, okay? But I actually liked her dress that she actually picked, and she looked so naturally beautiful without all the makeup in that scene putting on the dress. I was like, oh, okay, I see what you're working with, Lindy. Now Miguel, because I don't know why he put that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air jacket on. You know how Will Smith will wear his jacket inside out at the school to stand out? That's what his jacket was giving me. And I was just like, for what? But baby, as long as he could floss in it, he fine. And he could do that. So that's the suit that he picked. I'm not a big fan of his suit. I'm just not. But you know what? It's not for me to be a big fan of. It's just not, okay? Now, Morgan and Ben go look for their dress and their suits, okay? Ben's obsession with his mother is a red flag, 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 a red flag. I do not want no man who is obsessed with their mother. He is obsessed with his mother. I don't like it, okay? I was not a big fan of Morgan's dress. I did love the corset and I love the like sparkly parts of it all, but I didn't really care too much for the actual dress, if that makes sense, okay? Ben put on his suit and I liked his suit because it was white and whatever, and it looked nice on him, white and black, classic, nice, okay? They was like, is this the suit? Is this the suit? And he was like, yeah. So then they was like, is she the one? Is she the one? And he was like, yeah, besides my mother. No, Ben, no. Child, Ben, go ahead and marry your mother because it's giving weird. It's giving weird. I don't like it. I don't like it because he really wants her to be like his mama. Child, it's the mommy issues for me. I don't like it because he's going to hold her to an expectation of his mother. And baby, she can do things for you that your mother won't be able to. Remember that. Remember that, okay? Now, y'all... why Mitch pulled up to go look for his suit and the daggone on a bike, which I don't really find nothing wrong with, but he just looked bummy, okay? He was on a bike. He had all types of stuff on him. He had like 5 different bags. It was like, bag lady, you gon' hurt your bag, carrying all them bags like that. I'm like, exactly, and riding the bike. Boy, no, no. He just looks really, unkept. It's giving unkept, okay? But I love Kristen's dress, okay? The lace of it all, the design, the fit, everything about it was really, 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 really nice. I told y'all I wasn't going to be so detailed about these dresses and stuff like that, but I did want to give y'all a run through of how I felt about it, okay? I'm just like trying to figure out why Kristen still ain't tell her father. Like, girl, why you still haven't told your father that you are getting married? I feel like that's very, very disrespectful, but she feel like she could do it better in person. Okay, we'll see how better in person it gets when he decide that he ain't gonna want to walk you down the aisle because he ain't had no time to think about it and, you know, dwell on it a little bit. But okay. So we get Dr. Pepper calling Morgan on a FaceTime, and she tells Morgan that, you know, Ben caught COVID. Now, Morgan is like, oh my God, like, I'm really concerned about him. But then on the other hand, she feels like maybe he's lying. What if he got cold feet and he's lying about having COVID? Girl, don't nobody sign up for Married at First Sight, go through all of this, pick out a suit and everything, and then say they got COVID for fun. Okay, I'm sure that they tested him. I'm sure he got tested, and this is how they found out. Girl, cut it out. Cut it out, because it's things like this that make people look at you a little side-eyed, okay? It's bad enough that he's a mama's boy. You think he lying because you got trust issues from the past. Girl, I hope you healed from whatever happened to you in your past relationship, because it's starting to sink through already, and you ain't even married yet. You not even married yet, okay? So ultimately, they are going to have a wedding. It's going to be pushed back, and they are going to have a honeymoon, but it's going to be pushed back. So they're just not going to have a long honeymoon and stuff like that. I really feel bad for them because they won't have that full experience. But hey, life happens, and you have to roll with the punches, okay? Just roll with the punches. It's time for Lindy and Miguel's wedding day, okay? Lindy's like, I haven't even been a girlfriend in so long. I'm gonna be somebody's wife. her guy friend was like, girl, we'll figure it out. I said, you ain't got no choice now because you're about to be somebody's wife, okay? Miguel's wedding party has a woman in it, and she has on a suit, and I love that. I love when I see the woman in the boss suit, okay? I was like, that's so cute. I love it. I hope that if I ever had to be in somebody's wedding and they let me wear a suit, if I'm on the groom side, I would love it, okay? His friends asked him, what if she's not what you want physically, but all your friends adore her? He's like, well, then y'all just gonna have a new friend. I said, ooh, the shade, Miguel, the shade. I don't know how I feel about that, because it's given that that Miguel's not gonna be too open to someone that he's not physically attracted to. But we've seen this before. We heard this before. So we're going to have to see how that plays out, okay? And I'm starting to think that something about their wedding, and I know I'm jumping the gun, something about Miguel's not really into her, okay? That's another conversation that we're going to get into a little bit later in this review, because something about his facial expressions, body language, is giving nah, but okay, let's move on. While Lindy is getting her hair done, you know, she's just talking about how she's worried for the first dance. Like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm supposed to dance. Her friend was like, well, typically the man leads, so just follow his lead, okay? Just follow his lead, you'll be okay. I'm like, girl, this the thing you worried about when you're about to marry a stranger is whether or not, you know, you want how the first dance is gonna go. Girl, you got so many other things to worry about. What if he ugly? What if he's short? What if he broke? You know, I'm throwing out all the reasons, okay? She talks about how, like, she's been sheltered, so she doesn't have a lot of life experiences. But Lindsay confuses me, because please correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't she the one, like, I walk all over these dudes and blah 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 blah? And I'm starting to figure out, like, girl, I'm confused. Did you have a life or not? Because then she says that, you know, she's so much, it's a who's going to be able to, you know, put her in her place and all this other stuff. So I'm just like, girl, was you sheltered? Was you not sheltered? What's going on? Because it's giving two different people. It's giving two different people. You always talk about your brain, how you was brought up and you didn't experience a lot. But then you have like this other night side life of you that, like, people need to tame you and calm you down and be able to deal with you and put you in your place, and you be walking all over dudes. And I'm like, girl, how the two is matching. How the two is matching. But hey, girl, if you say so. Miguel's friends say that they hope that he doesn't shut her down if she's not physically his type. I'm like, child, Miguel, please don't be Jose. Please don't be Jose. But anyway, he hopes that she like Dungeons and Dragons. I said, child, it's going to be hard to find somebody that like Dungeons and Dragons. I'm sure that if the experts could have found someone, they probably wouldn't have. But baby, I'm sure if they could, they would have found them and probably not paired them with you, but they would have found them. But they not did. It's not that, okay, I'm lying. It's a lot of people, but they not signing up for Married at First Sight. They not married. They not signing up for Married at First Sight because they worried about Dungeons and Dragons, okay? Then Miguel tells his friends that, you know, he's worked on his clinginess. He's not as clingy as he was before. I said red flag, red flag, red flag. Baby, red flags, Miguel. You used to be clingy, but you worked on it a little bit, and you're a little bit better now. Baby, it's not going to be good. Lindy is definitely going to walk all over you, baby. She is. She definitely is. She definitely is, okay? But when Lindy come out in her dress, she looks beautiful. She gets her, you know, her James Allen ring. Shout out to James Allen, okay? Shout out to Steve for designing the website, okay? And so, you know, it's time for them to get married. When she walks out, she looks nice, okay? Miguel's face really didn't have much expression on it, okay? When she walked up to the aisle, when she walked up to him, she went to hug him. He hugged her back and everything, you know. And she's really, really excited. You can tell she really likes what she see. It's like his energy was not matching her energy. And it could be just socially awkward and things like that. But, you know, he was just making these weird faces like, And I don't know, because on the after party, she was saying that it made her feel comfortable. And I was like, I didn't get that vibe. I didn't get that vibe at all, okay? When we hear what the parents want them, when we hear what the parents and friends want them to know about each other, we discover that they both are doctors. Okay, so that's one thing that they're going to have in common. But I will say that her family and friends said a lot of nice, sweet things about her. Baby, I loved it, okay? I mean, the way that they described her personality was just amazing. I was like, yes, family, yes. Like, she was so sweet, and she's so this, and she's so that. And I was like, that's what y'all supposed to be telling these people. Not she's a strong, independent woman, okay? Not he's a freak in the sheets. Like, no. Not she's making vagina sculptures. Child, I was like, they should have took note from daggone Lindy family. That's what they should have did, okay? When I say her vows was short and sweet and straight to the point, baby, her vows was short and sweet and straight to the point. I mean, I looked down and I looked up and they was done. I said, okay. And then he said his vows. I looked down and looked up and I said, okay. Child, they got them vows in and up. They got them vows done and over with. They was like, y'all need y'all to write the vows. And they was like, okay, no problem. I am happy that you decided to go on this journey with me. The end. Gals was very typical married at first sight vows, because he was like, well, one thing I learned about you is you're adventurous. I said, yeah, this is married at first sight. Yeah. We get it, okay? So then they finally exchanged rings and they actually kiss. Everybody's doing the kissing this season, okay? And I'm here for the kissing of it all. And I don't even see the guys really asking for the kisses. They just going in for the kisses. So it is what it is, okay? But she is really, really bubbly, and she's making all types of sound effects the whole time, like I'm just like, girl, relax. Like, she's so excited, and I'm not mad at Lindy for being excited, but I guess it just stood out so much because Miguel didn't seem just as excited, okay? So when they sit down on this nice, beautiful pink plush couch, and I just don't understand why it's a couch outside, but baby, it was beautiful, okay? The outside was nice. I love the scenery of it all. The sun was shining. It was a nice day, and so it gives me a good feeling that these weddings might be good, because y'all know normally when we have them outside weddings, it be raining. People be trying to act like it don't be happening, but it be happening. I ain't seen no rain this season. So that's a good sign, okay? When they start talking, of course, he starts talking about his Dungeons and Dragons, okay? She says, it's so cute. He got a little hobby that he passionate about. I said, this girl just gonna love everything about Miguel, because I'd have been a little like, okay, cool. But like I said before, I really don't feel like Miguel is feeling her at all, okay? She even pointed out to him at one point, like, don't be afraid to be excited. Don't be afraid to show me you like me. Because, girl, he definitely wasn't showing it. We all picked up on it. I don't know if y'all picked up on it, but let me know if y'all picked up on it in the comments. It just didn't seem like Miguel was into her. I'm sorry, y'all. It just didn't. It just didn't, okay? Now it's Kristen and Mitch time to get ready for their wedding, okay? Now Mitch done injured his head with a surfboard, okay? And he got dashes on his head, so it's all taped up or whatever, okay? Kristen's talking to her friends about how she still ain't tell her dad, and she wonder how he's gonna feel about it, okay? Something about Kristen really just makes me pray and hope that she's really healed. She talks about her past, relationship, and how, she was like, and how the wedding was called off short notice, and the mistress and stuff like that, and how she took some time for herself and things like that. But I feel like by her not inviting her, by her not telling her father right away, is really a sign that she's not completely healed. And the fact that she keeps saying, I want to be a wife, I want to be a wife, I want to be a wife, it just makes me feel like she's just trying to fill that void that she thought that she's supposed to have. So I really, really hope that she is in this for the right reasons, like to really find someone, as opposed to like just trying to fill that void because she was supposed to be somebody's wife right now. You know what I mean? Y'all know what I mean, okay? So, she's talking about how she love her man bald, okay? Meanwhile, Mitch is over there having a Mitch fit about his beard. Baby, he said, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. This is not what I want. This is not how I wear my beard. Now, me personally, I think he looked better with his beard the way he did, okay? She shaped him up nice. She cleaned him up good. He was looking like something, okay? Finally looking like something, but he did not like it. So I'm going to jump in on Mitch's defense and say, cut him some slack, y'all. Cut him some slack. Because you imagine it's your wedding day and you get your hair done and you don't like the way it looks, okay? It's not the way that you want your hair to look. It may be nice, but it's not what you want, especially when you're about to marry a stranger for the first time. Give him a little bit of grace because you will be feeling some type of way too, okay? You would definitely be feeling some type of way. But he didn't have to be rude like that. But I get it, okay? I get it. He's getting married. He's high strung. He's in his feelings, okay? It's a lot for him. It's a lot for him. But he ain't have to be rude like that, Mitch. You didn't have to be rude like that, okay? And then he got the nerve to be upset because can't nobody tie his bow tie. If you would have not had been out surfing and Googling how to tie a bow tie on YouTube or something like that, then baby, you will be able to have this up and done because it's not your groomsman's responsibility to know how to tie a bow tie when you pick the bow tie. Or at least say, one of y'all, can y'all learn how to do a bow tie while I'm getting ready so that we can just do this? But he's like, can somebody bestow the bow tie upon me? Boy, see, Mitch, I was liking you, Mitch. I was liking you, but you was really getting to me this episode. You was really, really getting to me this episode. But baby, we gonna have to see how your attitude really unfolds after we get past this, this moment, because it's a lot of tension. I get it. I'm gonna cut you a little bit of grace because I say I'm going to be positive until we get to episode 3. No, till after episode 3, I'm going to be positive. So y'all, we going to be positive. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay. Because now Kristen is deciding that she's going to tell her father that she's getting married at first sight, okay? Because she's off, and I don't know why she thought this would be a good idea, okay? Dad comes in, and she sits down, and she's like, well, Dad, you remember how I was signing up for that dating show? And, it feels like, so they found me a match. And we're getting married. And it's a legal marriage. It's a legal marriage. And on top of that, we're about to get married in like an hour or so. And then on top of that, I want you to walk me down the aisle. Father was like, girl, what? What? Are you even sure about this? Like, what is wrong with you? Why would you do this? Like, girl, didn't you learn from your last time that maybe you shouldn't be doing stuff like this? What's happening? So she's like, will you walk me down the aisle? And he's like, I don't know. I don't know. And I'm like, exactly. See, this is why if you feel like your father's going to be unsure about something, girl, you probably should have told him a while ago. This way he can have time to sleep on it, think about it, dwell about it. You could talk to him again, reassure him, all that good stuff. And then when the day comes, you could be at a better space. He didn't have that chance. He didn't have that chance. And this just reminds me that Lindy father didn't show up because he didn't support this. I just was like, oh my God, like the fathers this season. The fathers is not here for it at all. Y'all let me know whether or not y'all think he's going to end up walking her down the aisle. I feel like he will because that's his daughter. He going to stick beside her. But I think he's going to hold a little bit of resentment because he didn't know about it. Like she literally just sprung this on him literally last minute. And I don't like that. And I don't like that he was, I don't like that he was ambushed the way he was. Because it's kind of like putting him in, it's kind of like backing him up into a corner very last minute, and that's not fair to him. He should be able to enjoy this and be happy to give you away, and he's not going to be if he decides to. But anyway, y'all, that is Married at First Sight season 15 episode 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to comment down below, hit that like button for me, please. Do it and subscribe to the channel and follow me on this journey. If you don't feel like commenting, leave me a yellow heart and let me know you stopped by, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.